but just the other night on Monday over at War Memorial Field. Ephrata taking on Warwick in high school baseball. Eric, it felt so good to have high school baseball back on the channel over there at War Memorial Field. These two teams, a bit of a rivalry, but of course Warwick coming off the state title from last year. So give us your thoughts on this Ephrata win, and it does kind of feel like we cannot sleep on Ephrata for this upcoming season.
Yeah, obviously what Warwick did last year, and Jamie and I talked about this in the game the other night. I mean, it was just a magical season from start to finish, and the way they won ball games. But you know what? That's in the rearview mirror now, and this is a whole new team. There's a lot of younger players coming up. There's a few returning from a season ago. And the way it started in that first inning, that their first couple of guys on was able to scratch a run across in that top half of the first inning. But, you know, looking back, I think with Wolf getting out of that first inning and only giving up one run was such a pivotal point in the game, even though it was the first inning, because what's Ephrata do? They come back in the home half of the first inning and put up 5 runs and just put the pressure on Warwick at that point moving forward. You know, I look at this Ephrata roster, and there's two freshmen in the starting lineup at second base and at third base, but you've got a ton of guys back from a season ago. You know, I think Warwick's going to be fine. It's going to take some time to get some of these guys that didn't get as much playing time this year, get a couple games under their belt, get some at bats, and hopefully for the Warriors pick up a couple of wins and give them some confidence, because you know they go in and play Manheim Township and Hempfield next week. So nothing like being thrown to the Lions that first full week of the baseball season. So I think baseball in the Lancaster-Lebanon League this year is going to be a lot of fun to watch, in all sections.
I agree, and we did preview it a little bit about our 4 local teams, and we felt like they were going to be pretty good. Tim, when you see a 10-4 Ephrata win over Warwick, was that a bit shocking to you, and your thoughts on the way these two teams have started the season?
Yeah, it was a little bit shocking, at least the score. And I did see that Ephrata, I guess, got out, scored 5 runs in the first inning. So typical Shelley, team, gets out there. But one of the things that we had talked about on Sports Talk, I think it was last week, and I think Eric mentioned it, was just how this team is going to have a bullseye on them. And unfortunately, when you win a state title, everybody is gunning for you. I know that they dropped the first, 2 games, and I don't want to say that, the kids want to show up and think that they're going to win. But I think maybe this is a wake-up call for them, that, look, every game is going to be tough, whether you've got good players on the other side of the field or not. They have to continue playing Warwick baseball. Look, they're only 0-2, but these seasons are so condensed now. It is a sprint, and you can't let yourself get too far down. The first thing you don't want to lose, Eric, is that confidence in you, because look, they drop a couple of more games, they could be maybe 1-3, 2-5, and then looking at what could this season have been. So I think there's a lot of pressure on these kids, because they want to continue at least what Warwick has done over the past several years.
I do kind of agree. There is a lot of pressure, whether it's from the outside media and fans, or the team itself having to live up to the standards that fantastic team set last year. We'll see how it goes. We'll have the Warwick baseball team and Ephrata baseball coming up here in April several times, so we'll see how everybody's doing as they progress through the season.